Selling an inherited home is never simple, and the mistakes you don't see coming are often the ones that cost you the most. Here in Washington State, selling an inherited property isn't just about putting a sign in the yard. It's probate, paperwork, family decisions, and real emotions. And if you're not careful, small oversights can turn into big setbacks, frustrations, and maybe some hurt feelings too. If you found yourself in this position, you already know how overwhelming it can feel. You're not just looking at a house, you're looking at memories, paperwork, disagreements, and a long list of decisions you didn't exactly sign up for. Here's the tough part. Most people don't realize how many hidden mistakes can derail the process until they've already made them. And by then, the damage has been done. Lost time, lost money, and fractured relationships. The good news, you can avoid those mistakes. You can step into this process with clarity, confidence, and the ability to protect yourself and your family from unnecessary stress. That's what this video is all about. I've compiled a list of 5 common mistakes that I hope will help you navigate the process. I'm Jeremy Schooler, your rebel real estate guy. I am the founder of Kitsap Home Pro, a company that is built different, built on purpose, so that we can help real people navigate what I call the common real estate problem. We don't box you into one option. We help you understand the options. We help you create customized solutions for hard to sell homes and property. Mistake number 1 is trying to sell before you have legal authority. I know, it sounds obvious, but this happens all the time. Families will rush in to list a home, sign paperwork, or even accept an offer before the estate has been officially settled through. The result? Deals fall apart. Weeks or months are wasted. Frustration builds, and trust between family members and professionals starts to break down. In Washington, you generally need the estate to go through the probate process before anyone has legal right to sell. That means the court has to appoint a personal representative, sometimes called an executor or administrator, who has the authority to act on behalf of the estate. Without that appointment, no sale can be legally finalized. So how do you avoid this mistake? Take the time to confirm the legal status of the estate before moving forward. Work with a probate attorney if you need help understanding where things stand. Slowing down for this step will save you from hitting a wall later on. Mistake number 2, underestimating taxes. Many people believe selling an inherited home automatically comes with heavy capital gains taxes. That's not entirely true, but there are tax implications you need to be aware of. I'll start by saying you should talk to a CPA, somebody qualified to deal with this subject. One key factor is the step up in basis. This means the property's value is reset at the time of the original owner's death. For example, if the home was purchased decades ago for $100,000, but is now worth $500,000 at that time of death, the new basis for tax purposes is the $500,000. So if you sell the property for close to that amount, the taxable gain may be minimal. But if it's largely separated from what that amount is, there could be some significant taxes to deal with. Where families get into trouble is assuming there's no tax consideration at all, or distributing sales proceeds before accounting for what the estate might owe. If the home sells for much more than that stepped up value, then it might be that you're going to have some other things that need to be paid for. Or if there's other taxable assets, these all are going to stack up. This is why you need to talk to a CPA, because there's several things and factors that need to be considered and can create some serious consequences. So talk to the CPA, ask them, they'll help you walk through that. Mistake number 3, over renovating. It's natural to want the home to look good before putting it on the market, but too often families spend like tens of thousands of dollars on renovations that don't actually move the needle on value, or at least not enough to justify the amount of effort and money that was spent. People might pour 30, 50, or even 70,000 into a kitchen or bathroom remodel, only to realize that buyers still aren't going to be willing to pay what you had hoped to sell it for. Inherited homes often need updates, but the key is knowing which updates matter. In most cases, simple repairs and cosmetic improvements like paint, lighting, or curb appeal do far more on the resale than large-scale remodels. So how do you avoid this mistake? Focus on safety issues, cleanliness, and low-cost but high-impact updates. Unless the market strongly supports it, and unless you have the time and resources, Skip the big remodels. You're not building your dream home, you're preparing the property for a practical sale. This one can be very hard to know where to draw the line at and how far to go. Feel free to reach out. We can schedule a free consultation, and I'm happy to walk through that conversation with you. Mistake number 4, letting family conflict delay the process. A lot of people are going to get caught up on staging or whatever, but the reality is there's hurting people, and everyone processes that differently. These stresses may bubble up into dealing with these practical things. This one just hurts sometimes. It's because it's not just about the house, it's about the people involved. This one may be the hardest and the most painful. Inherited homes can stir up old wounds and unresolved disagreements among family members. One heir may want to sell immediately, another may want to move in, and another may want to hold on to the home just for memory's sake. The key here, clear communication and clear authority. How to avoid this mistake? If you're the representative appointed, be clear and consistent in your communication. If emotions are running high, bring in a neutral third party, a mediator, attorney, or trusted advisor to help guide the conversation. Remember, delaying doesn't just stall the sale, it often makes the situation worse. But sometimes it is good to pump the brakes at least enough to let everyone get on the same page. Mistake number 5, waiting too long to act. Listen, grief is real. Overwhelm is real. It's natural to want to pause before making big decisions, but waiting too long can create problems that go far beyond timing. Vacant homes are at risk for vandalism, squatting, and damage from leaks or weather. Insurance can lapse or become void if the home sits empty for too long. Property taxes don't stop accumulating, and deferred maintenance, it only gets worse with time. So the way to avoid this mistake is you don't have to rush into selling, but you do need to stay engaged. Take small, steady steps. Change the locks, maintain insurance, start the clean out, and keep the property secure. Even small actions will protect the estate's value and give you more options down the line. Each of these challenges can derail the process, cost you money, or add unnecessary stress. But by knowing them now, you've already taken the most important step, protecting yourself and your family from preventable problems. So, those are the big ones. Legal authority, tax surprises, overspending on fixes, family conflicts, and waiting too long. Any one of these can derail good people with good intentions. You don't need to be perfect, but if you stay informed, ask questions, and move with clarity, you'll be able to sell that inherited home with peace, not panic. Selling an inherited home doesn't have to be a mess. If you've watched this series, you're already ahead of the game. I hope that you now understand the probate process to some extent. You know how to prep the house, and now you know what to avoid. That doesn't mean it's easy, but it does mean you've got a clear path forward. And if you ever need someone to walk it with you, I'm right here. Feel free to reach out. I'm happy to talk. We can get on a phone call or perhaps meet at the property. If any of these mistakes are hitting close to home, don't wait to reach out. A quick conversation now could save you months of stress later. And lastly, again, if you found this video or this series helpful, could you please help me out by hitting that like and subscribe button? Thanks a lot.